All right. I mean, I'll still roll 20 for music, I guess, and that's about it.
Okay.
Oh, okay,
But
cool.
yeah.
Oh, you didn't get individualized maps ready last minute? What the fuck,
No.
dude?
No.
I'm quitting.
I mean,
Yeah, like
some of
totally
them
custom
are
made.
locations, but I don't know how good the maps are. It's called Theater of the Mind. Jake, have you heard of it?
Yeah, that's actually where I live.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty big stage.
It's 4-dimensional, that's for sure.
Oh, that's good. Um, uh, so should we do Lior or Edgetheow first?
I'm open to whichever.
I'll wait. I'll go second so I can
Okay.
see how Theater of the Mind is done.
I mean, it's
Yeah, wouldn't
literally
want to get it wrong for the audience
yeah.
here.
Right, exactly.
All right. Here. My notes up. So all of these are going to be set in the past. So I don't think there's any possibility for you to die. So very low stakes.
Some wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff, yeah.
Exactly.
Try me.
All right. So let's see if we can.
How far in the past? Like what
So-
age are we?
I would say for you, Lior, we'll go back a few weeks.
Okay, not a recent past.
Yeah, very recent past for you. So you are midday in your modest tent in the Vistani encampment outside of Valaki.
Mhm.
A colorful array of fabrics and trinkets surrounding you within your tent. A lot of things a bard would have. Early morning, the light streams through the tent's fabric, casting a soft golden glow. You are dressed in your very practical traveling clothes with vibrant accents, like just popping out with different colors. And you meticulously pack your bird pipes, your lute, your hand drum into your travel case, each instrument carefully wrapped to make sure it's in pristine condition. So are there any other preparations you think Lior would do before maybe traveling to go do a show?
I think I would pull a single card from a Taroka deck and see if there's anything I can get from that.
Okay.
And she's not like a Taroka reader, but like has been around the Vistani enough that she would, kind of know generally like, oh, this one's a big omen, that sort of stuff.
For sure. Go ahead and roll just roll a d20 for me.
Can I do that in roll 20, I guess? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Oh, whoops. What's the command? Roll?
You think you can click the dice on the left-hand side and just click the d20.
Ah, cool. I got a 10.
Oh, nice. Okay, let me see here. You have drawn the Horseman.
Ooh, okay. That is her least favorite card, so this doesn't look like a good day for her.
No. So, yeah, the Horseman's usually not a good sign. But it doesn't necessarily mean death, it could just mean loss of wealth or property, or a defeat, end of a bloodline, lots of other different meanings.
Yeah. So out of character confession. I'm not sure like how much I'm supposed to know about the world, right? Because I have never played Strahd before, and so I was like, I don't really know. Not trying to like spoil anything for myself. But after you mentioned the Taroka deck last thing, I was like, oh, she would probably know about those. So I looked it up.
Oh, I think
and,
that's fair.
Yeah, and then immediately on the Horseman card, I was like, Lior hates that card. So.
Yeah.
And you happen to draw that today.
Oh, okay, yeah. So that's a okay.
So,
So she is apprehensive, leaving for the day.
perfect. So you step out of your tent and you feel the cool, damp morning air. The sun never truly shines in Barovia. And you every week you have earned money by going into Valaki, and you have a kind of a weekly show. You stay for the weekend, you play. They let you stay for free at the Blue Water Inn, and then you come back because you don't want to like stay throughout the week because you don't really like to stay in Valaki.
Right.
But it's a good place to earn money. So this is kind of like you were getting ready to go on your trip to Valaki.
Okay.
But as you've got all your bags packed and feeling a bit apprehensive from the Taroka card, an old woman just comes up and stops you. And kind of a little hooded figure. Her face is kind of like shadowed and wrinkled, and she just emerges from a further part of the campment. You've never met her before. And she kind of exudes this almost palpable sense of urgency. And she goes, "Oh, good, I've stopped you in time. Do not go without this amulet. Please wear this. It will guard against charms. And do not reveal your true name or origin of today of all days. Pretend you are from elsewhere and stay alert." And she just shoves the amulet into your chest.
All right, great. I trust that immediately. I'm gonna put that amulet on.
Okay.
Given my Taroka reading.
Perfect. So you take the amulet.
But I'm gonna put it on and hide it below my shirt. Not visible
Perfect.
to people.
Okay. It's cool metal, kind of brushes against your fingers, and you wrap it around your neck. The old woman just kind of departs swiftly, almost like towards the tents, but almost into the swirling mist as well. Like you don't know what tent she came out of where in the encampment.
Right.
So kind of like leaves you with this weird sense of whoever the heck this woman is.
And just to be clear, she was apparently a human woman. I didn't see anything that would indicate otherwise.
She looked like a shorter human woman, very old.
Okay.
But she seemed very the age didn't seem to stop her at all.
Yeah, got it. Okay.
So you travel midday, so it's generally safe. It's like less than a mile to get to Valaki, and guards don't stop you. They recognize you immediately and let you in. And you make your way to the Blue Water Inn. Where the warm, inviting glow of lanterns contrasts with the chilly night outside. The inn feels like a very warm place in a very dark town. Like all of Barovia is very glum due to the never-ending almost like a never-ending dusk from the sun not shining. So.
Oh, like Icewind Dale.
Kind of, yeah. So the inn is bustling with patrons trying to enjoy party meals, lively conversation, and you kind of have your performance area kind of ready for you. It's cleared out for you.
Great.
So
I'm imagining that most of the people in this tavern are regulars. There's not a ton of tourism to Barovia, right?
correct. They're all regulars. Almost all of them know you.
Okay, and there's nobody here that stands out to me as like somebody I wouldn't recognize, like a newcomer.
Do a perception check.
Okay. Wait, where am I? Sorry, not queued up for anything. Like I have my sheet open, but where are my traits?
Oh, it's all good.
I'm actually not even that far still.
Features and traits. Wait, no.
Your perception is just in the left-hand side. It should just be your.
Oh,
ability
sorry.
points. You're good.
I think I normally have this on a smaller screen, and the layout was. It's too big. I can't make sense of it. Okay.
There
we go.
Oh wow. So you recognize all of the regulars, and you see like maybe a few new people, but they still look like Barovians. And you feel like that's normal. Every time you come, you feel like a couple more people because you are kind of rising in popularity.
Oh, okay.
Which is both good and bad for you.
Right. Yes. Double-edged sword there. Okay. So I will make my way over to my performance area and open up my instrument case and start to lay out my supplies for a show.
Okay. What do you usually maybe play an instrument or do storytelling? Which
Yeah. I think her show typically is very like interactive with the crowd. It's like kind of making up songs on the fly that kind of make fun of the patrons. Got some, since a lot of them are regulars, there's a lot that you can always make fun of certain traits and that'll get a laugh, and so it's usually very kind of interactive with the crowd in that way.
For sure.
And she typically, a lot of people often will buy her drinks and she'll drink during the show, but she's not going to do that today.
Okay, totally makes sense. So you go ahead and do some like interactive singing with them. Do a performance check.
Okay. I'm a talented performer.
Wow. Very much. You get the entire tavern just like basically wailing these songs that they know by heart now. So what do you happen to know what like the subject matter of the songs are, or?
Well, I mean, it's probably going to be like there's a song that kind of makes fun of different walks of life, sort of play up the tropes of like, farmer Bob's like this because farmers are like this, like that sort of a thing,
Okay, gotcha. And yeah, you get plenty of hearty laughs, plenty of response from the crowd. It's a really good night for you.
Cool.
A couple of them yell out like, "Tell me a story."
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
sure.
Tell. You have a couple of different ones. Different people are screaming for different stories. One's yelling for like, "Tell the story of Strahd again," or tell about the Dusk Elves, the downfall of the Dusk Elves. And then you have one more that was asking for the Legend of the Fanes.
Let's go with the last one. Let's do that.
One? Okay.
Yeah.
Here. So. So, do you like the storytelling part of? Do you think Lior likes telling the stories, or is she kind of like it's not her favorite part of the job, but she still does it because people ask for it?
No, I think that the storytelling part, I think she does like it. And I think this is where she can sometimes, like, she slips messages into the details of the stories. So this is where she can like send, messages is through the storytelling. So the story would be typically a part of the show every night. One story or another.
Okay, gotcha. Oops, wrong one. So your posture straightens and you kind of like a little mysterious smile crosses your lips as you start to tell the legend of the Fanes. You tell a story of
Fanes?
the Fanes, Fanes.
Alright, that's what I thought.
So you tell of a story long ago in Barovia, when it was a land of wonder, before the mist claimed it, when 3 sisters, the Fanes, ruled these lands with magic as old as the mountains themselves. You kind of play a little airy tune with your bird pipes, like a little whimsical hinting of an ancient, untamed magic. You tell of 3 Fanes, the Weaver, the Huntress, and the Seer, all with unique powers and dominions. They were not mortal, but nor were they gods. They were something in between. And you say that some say the Fanes are gone, but others say they still whisper to those who listen closely enough. Their magic woven into the fabric of this very land. And then you give a bow, and the audience erupts into murmurs and intrigued, dismissive, but some of them entertained. It's kind of like a mix.
Yeah. I would also like to weave some prestidigitation in here too when I'm describing the 3 Fanes,
Oh, yeah.
you know, like little.
Do one more performance.
Hey.
Oh my gosh. You were just kicking ass at like one of the
This
best shows you've
amulet.
ever done.
Quit wasting your good rolls. No, I'm kidding.
I know, right? Wasting my good rolls on this mini quest where I can't die.
All right. So you the audience erupts in applause. Do a perception check.
Okay.
So as you were telling your story, you feel the very unsettling feeling of someone watching you. Which is a very strange thing to do because everyone's watching you, right? So why
Right.
would
Is this
this
like
feel any different?
from the crowd, or does it feel like there's someone over my shoulder, sort of a thing?
It feels like someone is like over your shoulder, like a penetrating gaze, but you can't place it.
Okay. Got it. So I've taken my bow and I can leave the stage now.
Yes, you can.
Okay, great. So I would head over to the barkeep there, who I assume I'm on a first name basis with, and kind of make chit chat and see if that feeling like persists and follows me over there.
So you walk over to the tavern or you walk over to the barkeep and the barkeep just kind of asks, "So, what do you need here? You did a pretty damn good show tonight. You know your stay's always free. And tell you what, ale's on the house."
Perfect. Awesome. So I would accept a drink. I won't, I'll just take a couple sips of it. I wouldn't actually like down it or anything. Maybe ask for like some food if they've got any food to serve.
Oh yeah. Potato soup.
Great. Potato soup
and
sounds
it's-
great.
And the ale is not actually ale, it is wine, but they call it ale. They only have wine to drink here in Barovia.
Great. Excellent.
Yeah.
Great. So I would take those. Do I still feel like I'm being watched? Does it still feel like it's right over my shoulder?
It is still like it is never changing while you were within the tavern.
Okay, great. So I would take my things to a table, if I can find a table that's like in the corner, like very out of the limelight compared to where I've just been. And then as soon as I sit down, I would like to do some, look around all shifty-eyed and see if I can try and pin down what is happening, like what's looking at me.
So you're looking around all shifty eyes and quick roll here.
But like I got to a table. I don't want people to know that I'm all shifty-eyed. Like I want to get out of the spotlight first and then do that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Can you roll another perception check for me?
Yeah.
So while you're looking around, you don't even notice this, but the person is now sitting right across from you
Okay.
and just surprises you.
Great.
You can almost feel like a chill press into you as you notice this person. And you see the glow of the lantern's cast in the inn just kind of like distort the shadows of this man's face, and you have this horrible, uneasy feeling of the man who sits in front of you. It's a very regal figure with a like very attention to his posture regal. His clothing finely tailored, black velvet. Can you do a quick history check?
Yes.
So he smiles almost like a predator smile, thin and confident, and you very easily recognize this as Strahd.
Okay. This is maybe going to be a weird question. Is he like casting a shadow? Does it seem like he is physically sitting there, or that he's like an illusion?
Do a perception check.
Oh, that's not good.
He seems real.
Okay.
Yeah, he seems
Cool.
very physical. Like, you felt the cold air change when his presence was felt.
Okay, so I would like scoot my chair back from the table like real quick, you know, chair scrape sort of thing. Brace myself.
He seems very relaxed. And he leans back and says, a night serenade to ease the burdens of this land. Your music is enchanting, as are you, he says. He kind of leans forward and puts his elbows onto the table. He just kind of whispers a little more quietly. Tell me, dear traveler, what name should I call you?
Abigail?
So make a wisdom saving throw
Okay.
with
great.
advantage.
Ooh, dang, maybe wisdom throw.
And then. Okay, so 7 is my better roll.
Okay, so you attempt to say Abigail, but it comes out without any of your control. You say, you feel the warmth of the amulet on your chest, like pulsating, and you can't actually say anything at all. So Strahd just kind of like leans a little bit more forward and smiles and says, "Humility becomes you, yet I am not one to enjoy mysteries. Names have power, yes, but even a false name can carry meaning. Let us not dance with shadows." So, do you attempt to give the name Abigail again?
I don't know what she would do.
Remember, you have plot armor because you can't die.
I know, but Leor doesn't know that.
That's true. That's fair.
I think that she would try to not say a name. She would try to just kind of like brush this off as like, oh, you know, I'm sorry, I'm so hungry, I'm not looking for company. Like say something along those lines and just see if she could get him to go away. Pretending that she doesn't recognize him.
Um, you will not tell me your name, so what of your lineage? Such beauty and grace are not common in these lands. Us- Tell me, where were you born here in Barovia?
I'm going to I'm going to lie to him and
Okay.
tell him that I traveled here with my aunt from whatever the name of the place is that's like farthest to the east, whatever that city is.
You
Wait,
can.
yeah, east.
Okay. So you feel your amulet like almost warming your full chest as you actually tell him this lie from the
Okay.
east.
Cool.
And his smile is widening slightly. His eyes are dark and searching. A traveler, indeed, but tell me, where did you rest your head for tonight? Do you sleep here at the Blue Water Inn? You know, sleeping
yeah, so
unprotected in these lands, it's most unforgiving.
with this one, Leor would tell him the truth because too many people know that she stays here all the time. It would be pointless to try and lie to him, I think.
Okay. You tell me like, yeah, I'm staying at the Blue Water Inn.
Right, and with the kind of like underlying thing of like, it's very safe here. I've never had issues.
Can you make an insight check for me?
Mm-hmm. Oh no.
Oh, sorry, with advantage.
Okay, good.
No, I'm not just like giving this to you. It is the amulet. That is
Okay.
actually, you can feel the amulet as you are doing this stuff.
Okay.
That was Strahd in disguise that gave her that.
Yeah. So you can sense that Strahd is not merely curious, but he is absolutely probing you for weaknesses and definitely trying to uncover your identity or intentions.
Yeah.
Though that may be obvious.
Yeah.
I wrote this very, very quickly, and I'm like, that's
Yeah.
a really dumb check that I just made.
Well,
Like reading this out loud, I'm like, this is really dumb.
well, I was suspicious that he's pulling a cop, and he's only asking questions he already knows the answer to. So I'm not there though, so I don't know any of this anyway. But
Yeah.
just to let you know, that's not useless.
So,
yeah, great.
Go ahead.
Okay. No, go ahead.
so Strahd kind of leans back and puts his palms on the table and says, I see. A wanderer who captures the hearts of all who hear her song, yet remains ever elusive. I find that fascinating. But be warned, the mists of Barovia are not so easily escaped. I have a keen interest in those who pass through my domain, especially those who choose to hide in the shadows. So tell me, do you believe in fate?
I do.
His smile gets ever broader and almost like he approves of your answer. Wise words. Perhaps fate has brought us together this night then. I shall be watching. Always watching.
Yeah.
And he kind of gets up, takes a step back. His eyes never leaving yours, the air around him almost vibrating with power. Until we meet again. And he just kind of turns into mist and dissipates.
And nobody else in the tavern, I assume, like, is...
No.
Yeah,
no
like...
one noticed this at all.
Oh my gosh, okay. Okay. God.
Yeah.
Okay.
and you feel the amulet on your chest like kind of getting very, very hot, and you feel a snap on the amulet.
Ah. Okay. Great. Okay, so I'm gonna abandon my food. Do I have my instruments with me, or are they up on the stage still? I guess they'd still be up on the stage.
I think that you said that you packed it up, and so you
Yeah.
already packed up everything. It might be still on stage.
Yeah, I packed it up, but I think the box is still on stage. Okay, so I'm going to abandon my food and drink on the table and like go to the bathroom. Check out this amulet, which I'm assuming is broken now.
Yeah. So you go into the bathroom, you pull it out, and there's just a crack going right down the middle of it, and it's ice cold now.
Okay. I'm still gonna keep it, even though it's cracked. So I'm gonna tuck it back in under my shirt. And then I would like to leave through the bathroom window.
Okay. Make a. No, actually, I think you could just do that. You're still like on the first floor. So yeah, you just climb out the bathroom window, and you easily like get out and onto the road.
Yeah, and I don't want to try and go back to my like tent in the like outside of the city since it's dark now, but I do want to see if there's like a local that I know always has way too much to drink. I want to go break into his house and like sleep in his back room.
Okay. You glance around, make sure you're not followed, and you quickly make your way through the streets of Valaki. It is night now. Every shadow just feels deeper, every noise sharper as your pulse is racing. But you remain composed, and your footsteps steady. You make it into this person's house. Do you know this person's name? I'll let you make up the name instead of me.
EDD. Ed.
Ed. Okay, Ed.
Double D.
Yeah.
All right, so
he's a regular. He's always there for my shows. He always has way too much to drink. Always invites me over to his house, so I happen to know where he lives. Like one of those like old creepy guys, right? But I'm just like, I know he's gonna be at the tavern until like 3 a.m. So I know I've got some time.
Okay, you jump into you go into the window or the door.
Yeah, if he's got like a back, like if he has like a back door, I would like go in that way to kind of like see if I can avoid being seen. But just whatever way I can to get into his house and then just like find a place to sleep where is not the place that I told Strahd I was sleeping.
Gotcha. Okay. So you get in there easily, and you find yourself a bed. Like it seems like there's already a separate area for you to sleep, like because you crash here probably every once in a while, or he has friends that crash here. And you lay there and you just listen. You finally exhale, your shoulders relax, but you are shaken.
Mm-hmm.
You know you must tread carefully for the days to come, because the eyes of the devil are now upon you.
Yeah. Oh man.
The
Okay.
devil.
Okay. Yeah, that was good. What were the 3 occupations that the Thanes had? Is the Weaver, the Huntress, and what was the third one?
The Weaver, the Huntress, and the Seer.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. That was good.
All right. So, Edge the Hour, you ready?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why I changed my voice, but this is my voice now.
Perfect.
No, that's not a halfling.
What's a halfling voice?
I normally do more like a hey guys, this is kind of like my nerd voice too. But hey guys, what's up? Maybe a little southern when it comes out. I don't know. Halflings are from the Shire, even in D&D.
So, Edgetheow is from a village in the forest of Lethir, dense and mystical woodland in Faerun. The village is named Balin, small and hidden beneath the canopy of ancient oaks and birches, nestled around a sacred grove dedicated to Siralali. The temple is
I love Sarah Lolly.
I wonder why. The temple is a modest structure, built from stone and timber, and the central hearth is always warm and welcoming. The villagers live simply here, closely tied to nature, and take pride in the tradition of hospitality. Edgetheow is asleep, clutching a precious cloth banner that he was found with as a baby, pondering its meaning and his unknown origins. Raised by the temple's elders, Edgetheow is deeply spiritual, devoted to Siralali, protective of his village, yet he remains curious about the wider world beyond Balin. So, at first light of dawn filters through the small window of Edgetheow's room, casting soft beams across the simple wooden floor. He sits cross-legged on a woven mat, feeling the coolness of the air beneath him, grounding him as he prepares for his morning rites. What would your morning rites be, Edgetheow?
Every morning, this guy, I'm not gonna lie, I just refreshed myself on Sierra Lolly. So, this guy is like the opposite of Jake. He cleans his home. This is actually Jake, but he makes like a nice little breakfast, a nice little halfling breakfast. Kind of like a little autism style where it's the same thing every day. And he makes his bed, and, he would leave food out for the birds and whatever other woodland creatures. Yeah, stuff like that. Little like productive chores in the morning.
Yeah, you're very simple living though, like a very sparse room, but it's comforting.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's very clean. Okay, so you finish like your little morning chores.
Wood,
and
all wood furniture.
all wood furniture, like one of those like low wooden beds, like you would see in a temple.
Wood and straw. Yeah, just
Yeah.
a straight up straw bed. Not made
So-
of straw, just straw.
So you, as you're doing that, you have this habit of reaching into your pocket and just kind of rubbing your fingers on this worn banner, piece of cloth that's been with you as long as you can remember. Edges are frayed, once bright colors are faded to muted earth tones. You gently unfold it, and you see the same crest that you see every time. It's torn halfway through the crest, but the bottom of the crest has talons. Its design is still vivid despite the fabric's age. So, you keep rubbing it, and something in your mind, you feel like maybe you can draw a memory or something from this, but nothing.
Boy howdy, I wish I remembered more about my family. I feel lonely sometimes.
Yep. You go through the rest of the morning. You say a soft prayer to Siralali, like a kind of like a barely audible rhythmic chant, that you've known since childhood. You ask for guidance, protection, all of the goddess's virtues. And as you pray, you feel like a gentle warmth spread through your chest. A quiet, like, reassurance that you've been seen by this deity and your prayers are heard. So, every time you pray, you always feel that warmth, and you always feel Siralali is listening. And after all that, you again, you move through the temple. You've eaten your breakfast. You've fed the woodland creatures. Maybe you carved little wooden figurines of these creatures, put them on a shelf as a hobby.
I would always go talk to one of the elders too.
Oh, okay.
Ask for guidance on my day.
Can you do a religion check real quick?
Religions. Roll.
Um,
I'm not very good at my studies.
That's perfectly fine. So during your prayer, you feel a sense of like calm and readiness, and it's as if the goddess has whispered encouragement directly into your ear. You can smell almost like the fresh baked bread, like fresh cut grass, lavender, like every pleasant aroma, and you are inspired.
Oh boy, howdy! Today's gonna be a good day.
Yeah, you got some inspiration. As you finish your morning rituals, you notice the weather outside is behaving strangely. Dark clouds are gathering quickly and then disperse. The winds are shifting directions unexpectedly, as if like the forest itself is restless. Do a nature check.
Nature.
You feel as like it's definitely this weather feels out of place for the season it is, and it just feels a bit supernatural.
Oh, we don't normally get much rain, but once again, I really don't pay attention to my studies, so boy, I don't know
Hey,
what's going on.
hey, this inspiration is you only have during this little interlude, by the way. So,
all right.
you don't have to use it now, just FYI.
No, yeah, I'll find a good time.
Okay, so you just finished like spreading. So you take care of some of the animals, in the temple. But you just finished spreading hay in the coop, for the chickens when you hear some like soft padding feet behind it, and you turn to see Elder Bryn. Her face lined with like years of wisdom and kindness, standing in the doorway. Her gray hair neatly braided, as she wore a simple brown shawl over her shoulders. She gives a warm smile, her eyes kind of twinkling with the light of the evening sun that filters through the windows. Well, afternoon sun.
Oh, good morning, Elder Bren. Looks like a storm's approaching. How's that? What do you know about that? That's
Good morning, Edge the Owl. It is very strange weather, but you've been busy today, and the temple is grateful for your diligence.
Oh shoot, it's nothing. I just like to have a nice place to live, you know?
Bryn kind of nods approvingly. There's a like a pensive look in her eyes. Edge, Theo, you've been with us for 22 years now. You've grown strong and wise, and you've been so dedicated to Cirillali's teachings. But tell me, child, what are your hopes for the future? Have you thought about what path you might wish to take? Perhaps becoming a missionary to spread the Lady of Hospitality's light beyond our little village?
Well, I definitely think that would be a pretty interesting idea. I get kind of, I like my routine here, but I get kind of stuck in my ways. Maybe doing something different would help me.
You feel restless?
Oh, well, if nothing else, sometimes I wish I could find out more about my family, and I know that's not gonna happen here. But in the end, I'm happy just to keep things the same. Change is scary.
Becoming a missionary would definitely let you learn more about the outside world. Don't you want? Maybe that could be a way for you to learn about your family. So I would consider you family.
Oh, yes, of course. Everybody here, we're like a village in general, but I think especially since people know I don't have no parents, they
I
always invite me to dinner and shit.
oh I meant no. I
Oh,
meant
I shouldn't say shit. Oh no.
I believe Cirillali will excuse a curse here or there.
Oh, good.
She's the goddess of hospitality, not of potty mouths. So uh she kind of smiles gently and reaches out to put a comforting hand on your shoulder. It's like, there is no rush or pressure, my dear. Cirillali guides us all in her own time. Just know whatever path you choose, you will always have a home here. Um, so as you ponder what the elder has said to you, you distant roll of thunder just echoes through the trees outside. Um, And she goes, that is very strange, and kind of like walks off as you continue what's left of your chores. Um, is there anything that you want to do before I continue on? Like, is there
Um.
any like specific thing maybe you want to ask Elder Bryn, or if not, fine
Well,
too.
on that topic, I would ask, like, well, Elder Bryn, what's the next steps for being a missionary? Do I do extra training? How?
Oh, so to become a missionary, there is a few steps. I mean, the we have a temple court, uh, a temple. I would. I can't think of the name. We're gonna call it the temple advocate, who will walk you through all the steps and make sure that we are not overlapping with any other missionaries at the moment. But it's very simple. You're already well versed in the waves of Sirolali. I feel like there's nothing much more I can teach you, at least.
Well, I guess I'll just look for an opportunity. Maybe somebody in need who I could go visit elsewhere or something.
You have one last chore to do. To fetch some water from the town well. So the temple is kind of like a big part of this town, but there are still people living in town who aren't part of the temple, and that's where the well is, kind of downhill. Um, so you walk down the dirt path leading to the village well with the crunch of gravel under your boots. But you kind of like this because you like this part of your day because you can hear all of the bird songs throughout the surrounding trees because it's so thick and heavy down this path. Though this is one time you feel a little anxious because that storm might break at any moment. Um,
Oh, what do we need water for today? It's about to rain. Oh, no, that's not right. I need to do my things. It's not about. It's important.
um, yeah. So you also like this part of your day too, I would say, because you get to get out of the temple, kind of meet other people. You reach the well and you do the same thing. You pull up the rope, unwound it, lowering the bucket into the cool water. Um, you hear that little splash and you crank that bucket right back up. Um, the weight of the water always makes your muscles strain slightly, because it just takes so long for it to get back up. You glance around the village square. You see a couple other elders and children playing between houses, playing games. But you catch a flash of movement. A crow perched on a tree, pausing to stare right at you before just disappearing into the leaves.
We don't get a ton of those around here, but boy, I do love seeing different animals.
That's true.
Crows are so interesting too.
Yeah,
They're
like
smart.
you see it and you just smile. You're like, oh, this is kind of cool. I get this little momentary connection to a small creature.
Oh, I love those guys. They love shiny things like me.
A sudden chill kind of sweeps through the air at that moment, though. In that moment, like, feels something's a bit off. Your intuition is just kind of firing in your reptilian brain. Like, is this dangerous? What's going on here? So you grasp the bucket full of water, both hands. You feel the cool droplets splashing against your wrists, and you start to heave it back up the path. Halfway to the temple, you notice old farmer Dellen struggling with a cart with kind of a cracked wheel, and he's trying to put on a different wheel at the moment, but his thin frame can barely hold it steady.
Old Farmer Dellen, quit what you're doing. You're gonna have a heart attack. Let a young buck like me take care of this.
Oh, thank you, lad. He kind of like cracks his back while holding it. He's like, pats you on the shoulder with a grateful smile. Says, "You're always around to lend a hand, eh?"
Oh, I try to be. We'll see though. Elder Bren was talking about me trying some missionary work, so maybe one day I'll have to tell somebody else to be helpful for once.
Oh, missionary work. That's funny.
That's funny. What, 'cause I've never left before? You think I can't do it? Don't sass me, old man.
Oh, well. I mean, there's no reason to be mean to me.
Oh, I'm just being spicy. I'm sorry.
I always appreciate your help, Edgedale. I don't know what we would do without you, honestly. That's why I left. If you left, who would help me today?
Oh, somebody would come along. That's how this place works.
It's always you, Edgedale. You're always helping everybody.
Maybe we could make a second one of me.
Oh man.
I hear about wizards doing that in the city, you know.
Honestly, best idea you've ever had. Make a bunch of you, and we'll have the most prosperous town on this side of Faerun.
Well, let's get this wheel taken care of. Let's see if I can wiggle it in place. I'm not the strongest, but we'll try.
Do an athletics check.
I'm saying now, if this fails, this is an inspiration point. We need to help this old man.
Oh. All right, so you kind of heave up with all your might to lift up the cart, and it's not as heavy as you thought it was, and he's able to come around. Farmer Dellen just kind of shoulders the rest of the wheel back onto the cart and is like, "Oh man, we're good to go." It is much appreciated, Edgedale. I've got to get going though. I mean, these crops aren't going to make it to market themselves, you know?
Right, plus you want to beat this storm. It looks like it might really come down today.
It was shining bright this morning. I don't know what the heck's happening. It's crazy. Kind of rubs his head. All right,
well,
so
it'll work out.
All right, well, you have a great one, Edgedale. Praise Sir Lily. I can never get her name right.
Oh, geez, I just call her Lady Seal.
Oh,
Too many
I'm
seal
doing that from now on.
bowls. Ha 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 ha.
Lady Seal. I'll remember that. So you finish all your chores, and as night falls, you notice like you're just kind of in the village. You've got a little bit of free time. You get a couple hours of free time to just do whatever you want, essentially. And as you're in town, you see a disheveled, short stranger arriving in Balon on a donkey-drawn wagon, and he looks dead tired. But despite his appearance, he has a lot of gold and a large keg of wine in his wagon.
How often do we get visitors?
Huh?
How often do we typically get visitors?
Honestly, not very often, because you are kind of like middle of the nowhere type of town. The population isn't any more than like 50. So it's kind of a big deal when someone shows up. Maybe you get someone that isn't a merchant or a trader, because so you have traders that come in maybe a few times a year just so you can get supplies. But other than that, it's very rare. Maybe kind of like once a season or once a year type of thing, a stranger would arrive.
Oh, this is exciting. I better go warn the elders. We're gonna want to throw this guy a feast. Because we are a community of hospitality and love.
I mean, absolutely, right? Kind of strange that the Temple of Hospitality rarely gets visitors.
Oh, yeah, but we are way out there, sometimes, some of the bigger cities really, we all just do what we can, that's the point, know?
For sure. I mean, you're not the only, acolytes of Sirilali within Faerun, absolutely.
Right. Maybe we send some of our fine goods to other places that get more visitors.
So, as the stranger just kind of pulls his wagon into kind of like a little horse stall in front of the inn. Well, it's the inn / tavern / stable, kind of all in one. But pulls in the wagon, and your elders kind of meet with them. You've already alerted them. They go on and meet with them, and you can't really hear too much what's going on to the conversation. And Elder Bryn hollers out to everyone and says, This man here says that he has gold to spend and would like to treat us all to his wine from a faraway land. So we're having a feast and party tonight on him. And the entire town just kind of turns into a raucous uproar. It's like, yes, we haven't had a feast in so long.
Hey, we're partying. Turned down for what?
You see, and you actually finally get a good look at this stranger. And he looks like he's just kind of like darting his eyes at every single person in your village, like looking around frantically. Can you do a insight check?
Oh, I can sure try. Insight. Oh, this is one of my better skills. I studied this one.
Ooh.
How does one study insight?
I don't know.
I just I meditate upon the
You
virtues
spend a lot
of
of
paying
time.
attention.
You spend a lot of time like staring at everything.
Staring at people.
You play LA Noire for like 5 months straight until you're like,
Press X to doubt.
Yeah, it's press X to doubt. Excellent. All right. So, with that, you sense that as the stranger's looking around, a flicker of recognition when he looks at you, like shocked, but it's just for a brief moment.
Intriguing.
Well,
I do not react immediately.
that's good. Let's see if we can get some music for this party. We can just play the end music again. That's pretty good. Here we go.
Hey.
So, Balin was alive with the sounds of music and laughter and the clinking of mugs as the celebration reached its peak. The stranger, a short, disheveled man with very, very nervous energy, now fueled by wine, stood by the central bonfire. His eyes still darting around, constantly scanning the faces of the villagers, but his smile never faltered as he raised a goblet filled with rich red wine. Friends, he called out, carrying over the crowd, I thank you for your warm welcome and hospitality. It reminds me of a family I once knew, the Martikovs. You've never heard of the Martikovs, but the stranger's tone is very compelling, so you can almost feel yourself inching closer. He leaned in conspiratorially. The Martikovs, you see, are winemakers, the best in all of Barovia, or so they say. He pats the now full keg. And you also wonder what the heck is Barovia, because you've never heard of this place. But there is more to them than just wine. They are a family of secrets, shadows, and, well, let's just say they have their own ways of surviving in a land ruled by darkness. The village just around you murmurs with interest, and the stranger's eyes flickers, briefly landing on you again before moving away. They say the Martikov's wine is so fine because it's mixed with something special. Bit of magic, perhaps, or maybe something else, something darker. No one knows for sure, but their vineyards have flourished even when the rest of Barovia falls to ruin.
Stranger, you're from this Barovia?
Why, yes. It is a faraway place.
Oh, intriguing. Maybe, I think to myself, maybe this is my first opportunity to do missionary work.
Yeah. Yes, the Martikov family. Some say they've struck a deal with powers beyond this world. Others whisper they're no ordinary folk at all. But one thing is certain. The Martikovs know how to make a fine drink. And tonight, he chuckles, raising his goblet higher, we drink to the mysterious Martikovs and to the kindness of this village. He raises his glass high, and the whole village just raises their glasses in unison and cheers. Free wine, right?
Free, really good magical wine. I mean, it's not magical, but mysterious wine. That's what I mean.
And
from a far-off land.
You hear Elder Bryn from the back hiccup and go, "All praise to Lolly."
Very hospitable of this kind stranger.
Are you drinking, or?
Edge the Owl would moderately participate.
All right. Can you make a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no, is this poison wine?
You never want to hear that.
It would be rare in town, I assume. We might have a little brewery, but like I said, we try to send our best goods. Con. Here it is. Oh, I'm a hardy young man.
Oh, the saving throw might give you more of a bonus. I don't know though.
Was that a check? Oh, no, it's still a +3.
Okay.
But you're
Gotcha.
right, proficiency could be added to those.
Or you just have like a bonus, like the cloak, the protection cloak or whatever, which I mean, I guess wouldn't apply to you.
Yeah, you did
Yeah.
in the past.
No, but you're right. There's all sorts of ways that can be.
So you were still pretty alert. You feel like you're getting very drunk, but you are not incoherent.
Oh, this is a strong wine, though, man. What is this? Some
wanna
kind
do?
of fortified wine?
Is there anything you would like to do during this raucous party?
Well, like many people, I would probably stick close to the stranger and, when given opportunities, ask for more information about this Barovia. Do they have any worship or gods of their own?
Are you talking to the stranger?
If I get a chance to ask him, yeah.
He goes, there are a few gods that some people worship. Maybe the Morning Lord, maybe I don't know, maybe the old gods. People don't really care much for religion nowadays in Barovia. Why do you ask?
Oh, well, I was just this morning thinking about how it would be good to maybe try to spread some of the faith of Sierra. She's not like a super demanding god. We just like to be hospitable and kind, and it would always be good to get more people interested in that kind of behavior.
If you want to go to Barovia,
How would
many...
one get there? Is there a wagon service?
He just laughs. Like, no one wants to go to Barovia, no one tries to go to Barovia.
Oh, one of those places. Okay, all the more reason why they might need a little hospitality and family.
He goes, there is no easy route that I can take you or even tell you. But if you ever find yourself in the forest in a deep supernatural mist, run the fuck away from it.
Oh, I do hate mist. I'm gonna remember that for sure, and then promptly forget it because I
you're drunk.
chill in the mist later. Well, yeah, maybe that's why, but in character later on, I chill in the mist while everyone gets out of it, so... Good advice, stranger. I will heed your words.
Yeah, if you ever fall into the mist, you might end up in Barovia, but good luck getting out.
Good advice, stranger. I will think about that. I also am very interested in frankly, sir, I am really good at catching people's vibes, I've trained in it. I got a vibe off of you. Have we met before? What's with your face, brother?
Oh, I don't believe we've met. I am Veostan.
Veostan, okay. No, I don't remember that name either.
And who would you be?
I am Edgetheow.
Edgetheow.
Yes.
That's a good name.
Oh, quite a name.
He's like, well, it was good talking to you, Edgetheow, and maybe we catch up a little bit more in the morning, but I am dead tired.
Oh, well, I would hate to intrude upon a good night's sleep. I will hopefully see you in the morning, but good luck on your travels if I do not.
Alright. Well,
Mr. Veostan.
if I never end up in Barovia again, it would be very good luck.
I guess I'll find somewhere else to do my missionary work. This sounds scary.
100%. So he goes to bed. What about yourself? You're feeling kind of drowsy. It's getting late.
Well, I think that I would take this opportunity to try to go meditate upon what I've learned in my potential future. I got some really interesting ideas today. Maybe I'll think about where else I could go, but I need to find some peace and quiet away from this party to do that.
So you kind of trek up the dirt path up to the temple. As you know, almost nobody's there at the moment. Everyone's down at this party. And it takes you a little longer than usual because, I mean, you are drunk. You get up there. You find a room, an isolated room with a kind of a prayer mat that you can put out and kneel and praise Thirolali. Can you make a perception check?
Perception.
Yeah.
Perception.
But also, what do you pray while you were there? What are you saying?
For guidance on next steps, I say, Siralali, I would really like to know what way I could best serve my people and spread our word, but also I do want to find maybe something about my family. It's one of those things where, like, this memento, it means that I have a little information. If I just didn't have anything, maybe I'd forget about it, Not care. But it's like, maybe I could find something out. But I just found somebody who knows about this.
Do a religion check real quick.
This is another one that's gonna get the inspiration if it goes bad. I know I don't have to announce it, but... Oh, I'm gonna use it.
Okay.
Moderately better.
There we go. So you can feel Thirolali, like her presence whispering, like, oh, it's almost like drinking tonight and the storm and all of the events right now kind of like are creating a rift that is bringing you closer to Siralali than ever before. Like the worlds are getting closer together in this moment. But you can hear her whisper, which is crazy. And she says, do not ignore obvious signs. Venture out and spread my word.
Oh, that's spooky. I got chills. Maybe I'm just drunk, but I guess I'll...
You feel
You know
a
what? I'll go
puncture
look for
at that
Barovia.
moment. You feel a puncture
Oh!
at that very moment in the side of your neck.
Ah, jeez. Oh, what is that? Do I see
And
anything?
so with your perception check, you flip around. You do not know what punctured your neck, but because there wasn't someone biting at that time, you turn around and you put your hand immediately on your neck and there's nothing there anymore. And you flip around and you see Viostan with a mix of sadness and horror on his face, and he just mouths at you, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
Before-
what did I
your-
get stung by a bee? I didn't see.
Your vision blurs and you
Oh.
collapse.
Oh, I'm allergic to bees, I guess. Good night.
You wake up. The next morning, stranger's gone. But you find that he has left you some money next to you.
Oh,
Like,
what a
maybe
weird.
he left you like 50 gold.
Oh boy, howdy. 50
Um,
gold. That might be
yeah,
enough to get me to Barovia.
the gold looks pretty odd though.
What's it look like?
Do an investigation check for me.
Oh, I've trained in that.
That's good.
Oh no, not that. I'm thinking insight. Oh, yeah, I didn't study this one.
So you look at both sides of these coin and you find that it's not like the normal gold in Faerun. It has a stamped face of a gaunt, unknown man. Very eerie looking person. But at the bottom it says Barovia.
Barovia. Man, I keep getting reasons to be all interested in this place, but that stranger told me not to go there. Huh. I'll have to
doubt.
ask Lord Bren about this.
And now you have a reason to seek out Barovia, it seems, or not, depending on
Well,
if you
that's
stayed.
definitely my natural instinct.
He did tell you to stay the fuck away from the mist if you want to avoid Barovia.
Oh, I'm a young buck. I think he's maybe just a little racist or something.
All right. That is all I have for you guys.
That's a good sesh though. I haven't gotten to do like a super individual like that. That's cool.
Yep. Well, I mean, there wasn't a lot of people, but I was just gonna like write some solo stuff for people who wanted to come still.
Yeah. No, I like that.
But also be able to flesh out some of the like reasons why you're who you are or where you are.
I feel I feel informed.
Okay.
You know?
Oh.
Like
Sorry. I was on mute that whole time. I also thought it was a good session. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I had a dog in the background earlier and I muted and I forgot about it.
All good.
Oh, see, I let mine participate.
I didn't know how obnoxious he was going to be. No, I enjoyed it.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and we got some good lore to share with people when they're back, so that's good.
Yeah.
I do sometimes like record my sessions, but I put it on like a private thing so people can watch it. If you guys are cool with that.
Yeah.
I don't like put it on public. Or
Yeah.
I have to mess with the settings, but
yeah, no worries. Either way.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
okay. Want to make sure. Some people are not comfortable with that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks then.
All right. Take it easy.
Bye.
Yeah, have a nice night, guys.
Later.